Hi, welcome to your training on how to be the sole proprietor of your life and some tips for taking personal ownership, which is crucial to being the owner and operator of you LLC. So the first one, as you'll be able to see on your sheet, if you will, is a phrase, and you may have heard it before. I mean, a lot of you have probably heard, not my circus, not my monkeys. So sometimes we try to get all caught up in what's going on with other people because we are like really awesome, amazing people. So we want to help the world. And sometimes that's actually not the best thing for you as it relates to managing and maintaining your highest version of yourself. So you show up directly for the people you're interacting with in your life, whom you love, as the best possible version of yourself, right? I've been many times have just expended too much of myself at the sacrifice of myself and my family. And that is when it is coming from an unhealthy place. So you just want to try to keep that balance the best you can. I need to turn off these notifications. I need to close my door because now it's loud. Excuse me. So anyway, another term that is kind of helpful to keep in mind when you need a little like tip or trick is to stay in your own hula hoop. So, okay, I need to stay in my own hula hoop. So think about if you were actually in a hula hoop, okay? Think about all of your life, your issues, your responsibilities, the things that are directly like within hula hoop spinning distance of you, right? Because hula hoops are going to be spinning. So if you're standing in a hula hoop and it's spinning, what is actually within your realm, close enough to you for you to be the one that needs to be the one who is taking responsibility or taking the action that needs to be taken. So, oh my gosh, y'all, go dog. So I want you to sort of take a look at that and really get crystal clear on 5 hula hoops that you need to get out of ASAP. Because if you're getting in somebody else's hula hoop and you're spinning around with their issues, that's going to explain a lot of anxiety, overwhelm, etc. Okay. And people don't really have to know that you're stepping out of their hula hoop. Just say less, think less about it, and that you're going to see that showing up differently for you as you think about situations. Okay. So if you're envisioning how your life would look if you kept only your thoughts on the things in your hula hoop. All right. That doesn't mean that we don't reach out and serve someone else. Sometimes it's a time sacrifice or it's a bandwidth sacrifice. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying balance that. Okay. And don't be trying to jump in everybody's hula hoops and helping them as their hula hoops are spinning. Like, try to stick to your own hula hoop before, like putting on your own oxygen mask before you put on the oxygen mask of your kids. Start letting go of as many conversations and issues that have zero to do with you, okay? Because it is possible to be less bothered by all of the things. I promise you, lowering that cognitive load in your life so you can show up for your life. Another one of those little catchphrases that I try to hold on to and share with other people. And this one was always like so rude because we think of it as something so rude. Like you're with when you were in middle school, you're with a group of friends or high school or even we're now, okay? And you're just wanting to be part of a conversation or be part of an event or be part of something. And your mom would say, well, that's none of your business. Or somebody would say, well, that's none of your business. And so that always was like a rude term or phrase to me, except that it is a measure of protection. I tell my girls all the time, man's rejection is God's protection. It doesn't feel like it until you shift the way you think about rejection. God is protecting you from so many things when you are rejected. It feels painful, but in all actuality, he is removing you from something that is not good for you. It is not in your best interest, and he loves you too much to allow you to be included in something that feels like rejection, but it's actually his protection, and it needs to be trusted. So let them go. Limit the business that you're putting your nose in. I promise. Even if it's just the mind of someone else. I actually had a coaching session this morning for myself, y'all, where I was allowing I was like getting in the heads of a couple people. And I was allowing it to determine some terrible things about me that I know are not true. But that is the place our primitive brain is going to slip back into as we learn how to do this work. We're constantly doing this work. I have like not arrived where I don't ever slip into my primitive brain or where I don't ever dip into emotional childhood. But each time, oh, my ears just started ringing. But each time that we grow past these growing pains, we become stronger. The times of those primitive brain, emotional childhood type thoughts and thinking are fewer and less between, less intense when they do happen. So it is really and true that there is so much that doesn't have to be your business, and it is none of your business. Quite frankly, it is God's business. Like, he doesn't always need us doing things. Like, he has plenty of power and resources to do what we sometimes think only we can. So maybe in this little square over here, you can write 5 places, that you need to start minding your own business ASAP. And then a third little application tip for you is, I remember this clear as day. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I don't know how it happened, but I just thought that life was all about me and that all eyes were always on me. And I mean, I remember one moment of insecurity, y'all. Like, this was the only lipstick I could find, and my lips were actually chapped, and I was too lazy to go get something else. So it's a terrible color. Don't know where it came from. I've had it a billion years, but it was here. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I have one lip, you probably can't even tell, that is actually higher and thinner than the other. And I really and truly thought that in high school and beyond, that there were people that noticed that and that they were thinking about that and criticizing that and judging that. And this is such a superficial example, but we can find non-superficial examples, and we can also help our daughters with as they are coming into their own, oh no, my recycle bin's not out. Urgh. Okay. We can come into our own situations where we are actually thinking that people are thinking about us more than they're thinking about us. And that, going back to, it's none of our business. Okay. So, I remember one of the first things I learned early in my recovery from my sponsor, that's what we have in that program, was, people aren't thinking about you as much as you are thinking about you, or that you are thinking they're thinking about you. And I was like, wait, what? I've been thinking people are thinking about me as much as I'm thinking about me, like, all my life. So people aren't like judging the size of my lip arch or thinking thinking about what I said or how I said it. Like, no. Now, we know there are some, judgy Judies out there, and there may be some people that are criticizing us or judging the size of our lip arch, but you know what? What they're thinking about you is none of your business. And it, quite frankly, doesn't matter. So when we eliminate that type of stuff from our brain, we actually begin to walk in more freedom. Okay, so no one's thinking, why hasn't she called, texted, invited me, offered her opinion, tried to fix my situation, as much as we think they're thinking that. A couple people might, but if you are walking in the path God has for you, and you are in his will each and every day, then you're going to be letting people down. And they can think that stuff, and it's none of your business. But for the most part, people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they're thinking about you, or that you're thinking about you. Okay. So anyway, hope you find this helpful. You'll find yourself start thinking about these things as you see your brain going to a situation, into business or hula hoops that aren't yours, and you'll be finding freedom and walking in it. Talk to you soon. Bye.